That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home.
I couldn't sleep.
My balls keep telling me to let me Fuck all that shit.
I had to be there for you. Broadcasting live from the heart of Europe. This is the most badass very SFTP. We're going to be ragging on DSP. I got nothing but AC Optimus Wilbur.
Yo.
How are you? I understand Matt was a bit busy. I caught him off guard, but I had to do this. I had to get it up. Here's the news flash. If you didn't know, by the way, this is not 100% in the bag, but I definitely want to do it because I think it would be legendary. Keem suggested, and again, it's not. That's why you got to tell Keem you want me. Tell him why. Don't like harass him or fucking send him to be cool about it. Keem, I guess. Well, what do we know? Like, what did DSP do? What we put? I don't know. I want to make sure everything we got is. What do we know?
What I understood, DSP just pissed it all away. Yeah, just walked out.
Well, it's just typical. He's pissed. The guys had contracts blown him. I mean, this is just another example. If you guys know, the Keem is. I thought he gave up on it. He was doing this Lolcow podcast, trying to get him, a DSP, Boogie, and Wings together, which on the paper just sounds crazy funny. It sounds like awesome. And DSP, I guess, I don't know. Let's see what Chris and Ark put out. Let's check it out.
That. Then we're going to sit down and we're going to talk about this podcast. He said you cost him and Wings $50K. That's ridiculous. Here's, again, I'm going to say this again. I will say this publicly again, and I will say this to their face because I think they know this inside. If there was going to be a show with me, Wings, and Boogie, and I decided I don't want to do it, and there was an offer was $50K, each of us was going to make $50K. By the way, I was never offered that. I never had that discussion with anyone.
Wait a minute. He was offered $50K, but they never had that discussion with anyone? What does that mean? Am I missing something?
Unless it's in the video, but I've always heard it was big numbers going about and how much they could possibly make.
No, do you see what I mean? Like, nobody ever offered it to him, but it was $50K? If nobody ever offered him, how do you know the number? You're on something else. See what I mean?
Oh, sure.
Look, there's a lot going on in DSP's head. None of it is coherent, rational.
Okay.
Like, it's not salient.
Well, that's why I'm talking to you guys. You're like that's not coherent. Exactly. That makes no sense to me.
Never happened. I never talked to Keemstar like that. It never happened. It's a phantom offer that never existed. Okay.
Well, who made it? A ghost?
Let's say hypothetically,
DSP got haunted. That's why he had to quit the podcast. So.
Get Zach Baggins on the case.
Was going to happen. Okay. I say I don't want to do it. So why didn't the show go ahead with Boogie and Wings?
Because you were so needed to make this get off the ground. I went into his video and I just wrote thank you.
Who's the determining factor of the show actually happening? So, in reality, what's the linchpin of the whole fucking thing? Do you see?
So this is that DSP overvaluing himself? Who's the linchpin?
I think
I don't do it.
Honestly.
There was an offer made.
It's like Jenga, and he thinks he's the piece at the bottom, but he's the piece at the very top. Like, you can afford to take him out, okay?
Yeah.
The whole tower's not going to fall because DSP's integral to the operation. Okay, you're not a mastermind. Okay, you've seen your gameplay, dude. Okay, you can hardly master a room with 4 walls and a roof. Like, come on.
To them and not to me for $50K each, correct? Because apparently that's what happened.
How does he know know a number if nobody talked to him? That's what I want to know.
Didn't get offered 50K or anything.
And that's like that's unironically. How do you know a number? Like at first I thought he just misspoke or he's stupid. Well, maybe a little bit of both or lying. But how is it? You know, with your position, 50K, goddamn.
Like that never happened. All right. And if I don't want to do it, isn't that a fucking humongous insulting slap in both of their faces to say, sorry guys, you guys aren't worth it?
No, that's your ego talking.
He's so humble, you know.
So Chris Narco, Phil is trying to poison the well. The Lolcow podcast takes shots at Wings and Boogie, saying it isn't a slap in the face for them. They can't do the show. And so insinuating Keem embarrassed them. No, Phil just embarrassed himself. Phil just confirmed he's the king of Lolcow. He's too much for this podcast. He cannot be tamed. So I was watching this. This is I know Lummox. He's one of these Lummox. I hired hoodlum. He still makes fucking Wings of Redemption content, like old school ways. And I guess he just decided to do DSP today because there's so. I basically what I want to do is I want to react to DSP. Just like I don't know, trying to rationalize this fantastic, funny opportunity away.
Tommy, see if you can share your screen.
Sure, I should do that. I'm a little off.
Let's all laugh at DSP. Let's all laugh at the guy that wore a Sonic Cat because we're still within a time limit just now. Let's all remember the Sonic Cat.
DSP is yeah,
true. That's true. The brains of the operation, you know, like I love. He's like trying to do this thing where he like plays. You know, oh, I figured it out. Doesn't that a slap in the face, you know, with Keem? Yeah, I just outwitted you guys, right? I outwitted myself out of free money, too. Yeah. By this one,
I know. Something tells me there's more to this.
Listen, fuckhead.
Let's see, Abby. Thanks so much. Oh, I appreciate it, Abby. DSP. It's the ghost of easy money. For real DSP would rather be the idiot that game developers use footage of to make games easier.
That is true. He really is single-handedly like the reason why games suck nowadays and have tutorials you cannot skip and go on for an hour.
It's tutorials you can't skip.
Hey, okay, you gotta press up on the joystick to move. You got that? You got that, sport?
Reminds me.
Okay, press down to move backwards. You got that?
The gaming journalist that couldn't get through the Cuphead tutorial. I mean,
oh, that was funny. That was hysterical.
So anyway, this is Lummox, the hired hoodlum. He's an old school DSP content creator. I remember when everybody got chased away, when Josh chased them all away. Because remember, do you remember that thing with the Kiwi Farms when Josh went after all the Wings of Redemption's content creators? And then all of a sudden, they didn't bother Wings anymore, the content creators. I wonder what happened. Here he is. This is the guy that came after that. He seemed to be a content creator after the fact.
Lummox, a hired hoodlum.
What the?
So he usually does Wings, but today he's gonna do DSP.
That was great. What a great game. That's it, it's over.
What is going on, everyone? Phil here, and I'd like to clear the air. There's something going on right now, a little bit of misinformation all over the internet, and a lot of questions about, I guess, some...
He tweeted 50K offer when he was in the first message to him.
So he's just rolling with that.
He didn't have that conversation offline. It's a lot of money to turn down. You gotta be so dumb. But anyway.
Stuff that has been said by various parties over the last couple of days regarding my possible involvement. Yeah. So here's the deal. I guess this all started where, I guess, Boogie went on a podcast. It might have even been the Side Scrollers podcast. I haven't even really confirmed that. And in an interview was talking about, you know, the whole idea of me, him, and Wings being on a podcast that was going to have Keemstar's involvement. And I guess Boogie still has some resentment there where he's upset. He says things like, I cost him and Wings $50,000. All right, that is completely untrue. I can't cost someone money when I'm not involved with something. All right? What apparently...
Well, if you didn't join, I suppose you could cost some money. I mean, if you won't get on board, if you won't be cooperative, if you won't play along, now you're certainly entitled not to do all of that, but something tells me there's more to this.
I didn't make a choice, guys. I just made a choice to do nothing. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
if he just took a can of helium before he made this video, his voice is so high.
I feel like this got to be edited.
Who's my mix? My mic's not good? Yeah, I guess my mic's not.
No.
I think it is.
It's just like, yeah, it's like, I don't know. He sounds kind of high pitched in the video. I think that's like, I think that's the thing with. I don't know why they did that.
How do I sound? How about now?
Yeah, it's edited. Okay. You sound.
Do I sound good now?
Sound okay.
Yes, I should. All right, fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Jesus Christ! Ever since I changed computers, no, it's like it's not very strong. That guy was right. Wow, this really sucks. Yeah, because everything's new now. All right, I'll get a little closer. How about that? We'll just do it that way. How about that? Okay.
The old-fashioned way.
Okay.
I was just reading in the chat there that altered DSP with sound effects, visuals, because he strikes. Right, I get it.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking they're doing that to avoid like a copy strike or something.
Oh, really? They altered DSP. Oh, that's right, because he strikes them a lot. That's interesting.
Look, if DSP's not going to make money, nobody else is. That's his number one rule.
Oh yeah, he's just he really thinks. I really like to know what his IQ is, if it's over 100. I really do. I really wonder.
You think it's in the double digits even?
Yes, but I want. It couldn't be 3, could it?
Keemstar had is that he wanted to do what he called a Lolcow podcast. That he wanted to have it be me and Wings and Boogie. And he was apparently going to pay us $50,000 each as a signing bonus, and we were going to each own a certain % of the show. And his role was that I guess he wanted to push the show to various platforms and try to get it on there and try to get advertising.
Sounds like a crazy idea. Why would you ever want to be involved?
It'll never work.
Because you have so much else going on, Phil.
Try to get product placements and try to syndicate it and essentially make money off of us doing a show.
Yeah! That's how you do business. Oh my God. He's over 30, right? Is he 40 yet?
I think he's older than me, yeah.
Oh my God.
I think he is. I think he's early 40s, if I remember.
Find out if
he's old enough, but I don't think he should be allowed to even drive. There's no way. You can't, this isn't a poor excuse for like consciousness, dude.
Jesus Christ. Phil's lucky sends him to them and get pulled. I don't know what that's about.
Okay. Now, I don't like Keemstar. I don't like the content he puts out, nor do I like what he stands for as a person. I think.
What does Keem stand for? You know,
the moral justification from DSP. Thank you.
What does Keem stand? What does Keem stand for besides?
I don't like what he stands for, which is content and like creation and like productivity, like actually doing something. I can't stand for that, guys. I'd rather just fail at the same game for the next 3 hours for the rest of my life.
But you know what it sounds like? It's like a Keem's like pro Vladimir Putin or something. You know, I don't like what he.
Yeah, it's like a controversial.
Get the fuck out of here. Yeah.
Dude, he's 41. 41.
41? No, that's no.
He's 41. He's older than me.
He's like almost twice as old as me.
Yeah.
I think that he's kind of a despicable person. Yes, I think personally he has bad morals or has no morals. And I don't stand for that. I don't want any involvement with the guy. I never wanted to.
What?
I would never do business with this.
What's more honorable, like goofing on yourself for the Lolcow podcast, or just continuing to kind of grovel for money online, you know?
Well, isn't that the whole thing? Is that, in order to truly be king of the Lolcows, you have to have zero self-awareness. Like that's
this man. Okay. I already told my story about how last
he really has proven himself king. He's like he cannot be contained. Like
he upstaged them. He upstaged them in the
Lolcow.
The
other two are like smart enough to know they need their bills paid, but not Phil. Not Phil.
Rod, his donations to the WWE games went and bought their new belt.
Yeah.
He bought the black dye for Vince McMahon's new look. Like.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I know.
was trying to reach
Personally
me.
funny.
We had a complete disconnect where he wouldn't even call me at the assigned times he was supposed to call me to even.
This is an inside thing. He's not calling you with an assigned time, pal. It's not. I wish he was more like that too, and he just doesn't. He doesn't work that way. That's not the way it works.
Dude, if you called DSP to have a conversation, it would take him like 10 minutes to figure out how to pick up the phone.
You know what? You know what's funny about him though? Like, the assigned times. All right, I know. I mean, he doesn't have to know this, but I know Keem doesn't work in a traditional manner. Okay, I found that out years ago. All right, but considering your position, wouldn't you try to figure out how he works so you could work with him and make that money? I mean, didn't he just declare bankruptcy?
Even talk about said podcast. So I never knew about it. I never knew what it was. I never agreed to be a part of it. The discussion never even happened. Okay? Boogie bringing this up. Listen, I can understand if the guy's strapped for cash, he needs the help, and he's sad he didn't.
What are you? Rolling in it?
He's
Really?
successful and he's happy and he's on cloud 9, obviously.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, look at him.
He's
That's
got
the
it together.
picture of success.
Yeah.
Gonna get the 50K, but I don't really think it's fair that that's put on my shoulders. I had no involvement with this show whatsoever from the start. I didn't even know what the offer really was because I never talked to Keem about it.
He did. He tweeted it publicly. Everybody.
Just Phil, just admit that you didn't understand it. Okay, it's
Yeah.
okay. It's all right. You didn't understand it. That's why you didn't know what the
Get
offer
Chris the
was.
narc. Chris, can you get in here? Can you help us?
This is insane. Like
Chris.
everything. I forgot how much I love this about DSP. Every other thing that comes out of his mouth is something that like is just unfathomable to anybody who is
Like,
past
yeah.
6th grade. Like I like
It's amazing.
it's total nonsense. It's just total nonsense.
Chris, is there anything you could tell us about this situation? Anything you know? I don't want to get you. I'm not trying to get you in trouble, but what's
I don't care. This shit's hilarious. I've been following this guy ever since I was following Rich for a bit because Rich has been obsessed with him.
yeah.
DSP just refuses to believe anything he's being told. So Keem tweeted at him, like you found out, that,
Okay.
hey, 50K's on the fucking line here, Phil.
Yeah.
Pick up the phone. Phil was streaming. And instead of just picking up the phone while streaming and talking and gaining hype for it, he goes, Keemstar didn't reach out to me the way I wanted. I demanded an email. I wanted an email, and
Yeah.
Keemstar doesn't do that. And he started complaining and bitching, and then he e-begged for 20 minutes about not getting $100.
That is specifically, yeah, I remember that where he was
That's
like,
wild.
he didn't reach. I told you time and time again, you gotta reach out to my email, dude.
Wait,
And it's
no,
like,
no, you have to work with him. You got to play by his rules.
Yeah.
You gotta play him. He's got the money. He's the boss. He's got.
he
the
won't even
money.
put in the bare minimum of effort to get $50,000. He will not. He will not.
No, dude, he would rather sit on stream like that cousin that's addicted to crack that you have in your family that comes by like once a year. He's like, I'm out of money. I'm really down. I need some help.
Yeah, he really is just the e-beggar, the e-beggar of like streaming and fucking playing games.
Yeah, but at least it's positive content. It's not negative like Keemstar.
You're right.
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
oh, Tommy, you gotta watch some of the better
So
clips
do
of him.
you know anything else? So like Keem, let's tell you guys why he's doing this. Like Keem suggested that I like host, and of course I'm not a Lolcow, but but what I think he wants, we haven't spoken on the phone yet, but what I think he wants is for me to host it. Like I assume I kind of envision myself introducing the show and letting them go at it. And then feeding them topics and stuff like that, and get down, find out who Boogie really is, and what are the insights of Wings of Redemption. And I think I'd be the best guy for it. I will I will beat the fucking meme out of them. I promise you. I think I'm the guy. Right? And like Keem, although nothing's official, suggested it. I'm like, yeah, sure, please, I'll do it. Yeah, I'd love to do it. And
I brought it up to him. I was like, please, God, let this happen.
Yeah, I think it'll work. I think it would really work. I mean, I think Keem knows he can count on me on time. Like, all these other guys trying to get it, they got 20 other things going on. I only got this. I'll give it my full I'll give it everything and then some.
It's going to be
Like
more than a college fry.
Yeah, like imagine if he actually got DSP on. DSP streams 3 times a day, 5 days a week, 6 days a week, actually. There's no way he could fit in a fucking podcast anyways.
He would literally just start streaming while the podcast is going on, and then just ignore what's the topic.
He would be. It'd be a problem. I gotta be honest with you. I mean, I'm not saying this just because it's for my benefit, but I think 3's enough. 4's a crowd, and I don't think 3 of them would work by themselves. Even though it sounds like a good idea on paper, I don't think who's going to take charge out of all 3 of them? It's going to be a cluster fuck. Somebody has to be sane, right? It's too bad they can't be on. It might work with like one host and then 3 of them kind of feeding each other. But somebody's got to kind of keep order, and I think that's what he wants me there for. And I'll be honest with you, Phil is so fucked. He can't even, like, the priority of paying his bills doesn't even get him right. Like, I can't say that about Wings and fucking Boogie. They know bills need to be paid. I know Phil can't pay bills on his own, otherwise he wouldn't declare bankruptcy 2 years ago, or 3 years ago, whenever the hell it was. So
I think that's what the WWE champion shit
to have one non-Lolcow or one host or whatever, and then like have that guy make those 2 the stars. That's what I think.
Yeah, I mean, they say a lot about people having chemistry on shows together, and while I don't think that means you'll be friends, I mean, sometimes you just mix chemicals together and you cause a fucking violent reaction. Yeah, and that's awesome. That's awesome to watch.
Maybe we shouldn't be friends. I'll start it off. I wanted to talk to fucking Boogie. I was going to ask him what he think. Fuck him. He didn't. He told me, he's like, "Hey, buddy, what are you doing?" And I'm like, "Yeah, let's talk. Do you hear I wanted to go. What's going on here?" And he blew me off. So fuck him. We may have to deal with it either way, and maybe I won't be their friends. Fuck him.
That's because you laughed at his arcade.
Yes. I laugh at his
arcade. Remember you laughing at his arcade because he never done the modifications and he's barely touched it. It just sits there collecting dust.
Put a whole roll in it. Yeah, it does collect dust. God damn it. They're probably all broken, too. The ones that are up there. Pizza's arcades, poor. Unforgivable. Go ahead.
Nor did I desire to, period. Okay? So anyway, that's part 1. Now, part 2 is, I guess, Boogie had mentioned on this interview, or whatever it was, that we had been having discussions behind the scenes about possibly starting our own podcast, and when we're talking about that, we're talking about Boogie, Wings, and me, okay?
Oh, I see what happened here. Keem talked to him, and he went to them and said, let's cut out the middleman. Is that what happened?
Yeah.
It seems like it.
Is that what happened? That's what it sounds like.
Middleman away. Yeah.
That's what it sounds like. Do you know anything, Chris?
Yeah. That seems to be the case.
Griffin Griffin Gaming donated $9.99 and said, if you want a great example of DSP's positive content, check out the video DSP Gaming's 9-year legacy part 2, Blip TV Racism. Only 3 minutes, but explains a lot.
Oh, that is such a great clip. Griffin's a goat for that
Optimus.
one.
Somebody send it to Optimus and we'll play it
Optimus,
later.
you gotta get that.
Yeah, send them to me. Abby's sending clips. I know that. Abby, if you can send the clips, you're sending Tommy, send them to me, pal, and I can pass them on.
That is fucking hilarious, though, that he literally thought he was smart enough to cut out the middleman there. Yeah. Like the guy that is actually like capable of making it happen. Yeah, let's just get that. Let's go around that guy.
I never said anything. I don't like Jesus Christ. And like you just said you wouldn't go to the business with the Keemstar. Why would those guys are? You see, the thing is, they may be too smart to be Lolcows. They were smart enough not to go into business with DSP.
Yeah, seriously.
Well, think about it. The guy hasn't run a successful. He calls it a business, but not a business. I don't know how to describe it. Yeah. He hasn't run a successful thing for 10 years. Ever. It's 10 fucking years.
He was one of the first guys. I think he had an MCN before anybody else. I mean, and he blew that. He pissed that away. It's like the rabbit hole goes deep, and it's funny.
Here's the truth of the matter from my perspective is we have had very early discussions. I mean, I had been talking to Boogie about this, last year, saying I don't want to do anything with Keem, but if you want to do something with me, just you and me.
Yeah, okay. So I think that's that ends it. Okay.
We can have a conversation.
He said he wouldn't take Keem's blood money the last time this topic came up.
So he gets WWE up?
He called it blood money. I started
Think
laughing.
about that too. He's like, I don't trust the moral character of Keemstar when I'm going to be doing a podcast. And meanwhile, the two people that he wants to do the podcast with don't trust him and his character, and they trust Keemstar over him.
Or there's another thing: you can't really cut out the middleman when the middleman has all the fucking money.
Literally, like the bankrolling. Bankrolling your operation.
I'm gonna go to business with two other guys that are practically bankrupt or
Yeah.
multimillionaire.
Am I going to go into business with the guy who will give me 50,000 or the guy who won't give me shit? It'll probably cost me money.
Yeah,
it's a real tough decision.
Yeah.
We could do our own show. We could just interview each other just for the benefit of each other's channels, whatever you would want to do. And we kind of shot back and forth about it for a while.
Yeah.
And in fact, I'll be honest with you guys, I was thinking of it.
Barry, can you be the cattle dog to Wings and Boogie's cows? Yes. Yes, I'll be that to you. They call me Shepherd O'Callaghan.
Maybe interviewing Boogie for my new DSP Reacts channel at some point this year. But that didn't work out. As you know, my interview show is kind of on hiatus for various reasons.
Is it nobody wants to be interviewed?
So he just kind of cooled down.
I'll do your interview show.
Well,
there was no real discussion.
He got pissed off about interviews. The Side Scroller podcast where Keem went on, he was like, "I'm not doing interviews. I'm not going on anyone's shows. Nobody's coming on my show. Fuck you." Like he got so pissed when they brought Keem on.
It's on hiatus. Didn't he just have a break recently with Medgar and he pissed that away?
Fuck yeah, that was when he was offered, like he was like, anyone who wants to interview me, give me a fair shake. Medgar offered, and he wanted Moist Critical to interview him.
Oh, I
and
bet.
Moist isn't going to take the fucking time to do that.
I would love to be interviewed by Moist Critical.
I think DSP is probably one of the few people in the world that could make Critical lose his temper.
Really?
I genuinely think like he would be so difficult to work with and talk to for just like a 5-minute interview. That he would fucking Critical would have to like.
Well, he just did one recently, and it did rather well, but it just kind of showed that.
Maybe that's the thing. Look at all the people I was doing interviews with him who've been so successful in YouTube. Stuttering Craig was the founder of ScrewAttack.com back in the day, and think of how that blew up, and then he obviously sold it. And you're like, dude, you've got all these people giving you advice, and you're still a retard.
He was like, you got to remember, Phil was on the ground in the beginning for this thing, and he pissed it all away.
All of a sudden,
he's probably had like $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 years in the past, and he pissed it all away.
Hey, Tommy, remember back in the day with YouTube with AdSense? If you told people to like click on ads, you can get banned from the partner program.
Oh, I do remember hearing that. I don't think I had AdSense when that was happening, but I remember hearing it. Go ahead.
Yeah, DSP did that. He told people to click on the ads and get extra money for him, and he killed his channel.
Yeah.
Out of the blue.
Did somebody tell him not to do that, and they just did it anyway? Of course they did.
Yeah, of course they did. Like somebody was like, "That's a bad fucking idea. It's common sense, Phil." Duh. I won't make as much money that way, you fucking idiot. Fuck
I got
you.
contacted.
Don't tell me what to do.
Well, I don't know if it's common sense, but when somebody told you, you figure you'd take heed. Not Phil.
By a third party, basically saying that this person was representing kind of Boogie and Wings and was going to be the third party to put the whole thing together. No, it was not Keemstar. And in fact, the way it was pushed to me was this will have zero Keemstar involvement whatsoever. So I'm not arranging for any podcast.
But he's the one that gets you paid. Don't you realize that, you dummy? God damn. He really needs an IQ test, and we all should take bets.
Reached out to me as a neutral.
I would say about 98. Right?
Probably like Sneeko level, like 80.
Oh, it's sub 80. It's sub 80, dude.
Yeah, it's
80.
sub 80.
No,
It's
sub
like
80.
gorilla intelligence.
This guy doesn't even know what he fucking had for breakfast this morning.
Sub
like, straight
80.
up.
Sub 80 is like you can't tie your shoes. Come on, it's not that bad.
Yeah, have you ever seen him tie his shoes?
No, fair enough.
Exactly. There you go.
I'm working on this with Boogie and Wings, and we want you on it, and we'd like to do a show together, yada, yada, yada. And we've had very few, maybe a few back and forth emails and discussions. We have not met. We have not discussed anything. Like, literally, this is the earliest planning stage.
I'm actually sure all that's true, and I just love Keem's tweet just that much more that he wrote this. It's so funny. And he just, like, I'm sure nothing was, like, etched in the stone, and I'm getting the feeling once Keem found out what old Phil was trying to pull, he tweets out, DSP has been kicked off the Lolcow podcast. Why is everybody saying I can't be kicked off if I wasn't on? Wings it, buddy. He suggests me. Hopefully that works. That would be nice. There's other.
We're pushing for it. I'm pushing for it.
I don't think 3 Lolcows would work. I don't think you got to have somebody that's competent.
Yeah, I mean, like everybody else, people are suggesting are like people that just are not willing to go there to like push people against each other or to like control the situation.
King Cobra guy, that guy really stupid.
King Cobra,
DSP.
yeah, like fucking. You think that he's gonna add like? You think there's anything there, really? I mean, King Cobra is fascinating, but not
I'm not
in that
saying
way.
he's not a great Lolcow, but I mean,
not in that way,
I don't know.
Not like he's the third missing piece.
The thing that was good about all 3 of them is they all have their backgrounds in gaming. And that's kind of all you need. King Cobras doesn't have a gaming background, from what I understand.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, he just, as far as I know, he just does his weird IRL stream stuff.
Cool. No blood, but one of his fans is a PDF file. I don't get it. Thank you.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know about that. I know what he's trying to
think
say.
of. Really? Okay.
Yeah, I know.
We haven't worked anything out. We don't know exactly how it's going to work. We don't know what the schedule would be. We don't even know. I don't even know how we would make it happen yet. What we need to do is kind of.
No, you don't know. Yeah. Okay, I think other people know.
Yeah, it's not difficult. It's not a project.
Sit down and put our heads together. And what I've been told is that could happen and probably will happen after this fight that Wings and Bully are, I guess, going to have sometime this.
Fun fact: DSP was the valedictorian of his high school. No, he wasn't.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
That's the girl's name, you Griffin Gaming.
Month, I literally don't even know.
There's valedictorian, and then there's the other one. I forget the other one.
Well, he went to high school in Retardsville, so that might explain.
When it is, I think it's within a week or two. I have no clue because it has Keemstar's involvement. I don't care. I want nothing to do with it, so I'm not paying attention to it. But hey, the fight goes down. Hopefully, both of them are healthy and safe after the fight, and then I get contacted again.
See, fair enough. I guess Keem was like, he'll come aboard, needs some money. Nope, not Phil. Not Phil. He'll find a way to fuck it up.
About, hey, let's make this happen. Let's talk. Let's have a meeting. Then I'm all for it.
By the way, if I get the first episode is on Dark Side Phil. What a dummy he is.
Okay. Now, in the meantime, there was a little bit more conversation. For example,
first thing I'm gonna ask Wings, why is Dark Side Phil stupid? And do you think you have a higher IQ? That's my first question.
One of the things discussed was that they figured I don't want to call it the Lolcow cast, to which I responded and said, yeah, number one, I don't want to be involved in anything that makes fun of us, degrades us, or makes us feel like shit, and calling us Lolcows does that. I think that's stupid. If we're going to start our own show, it should be a fun show. It's different to have a little bit of self-teasing. It's another thing to make an entire show fully degrading and catering to trolls. I don't want to be involved.
Okay, I see.
Number
It's
two,
nuance,
I guess
guys.
Keemstar had originally
nuance, clearly
intended to call this podcast the Lolcow cast, to which I kind of said, I don't think it would be right for us to try to use that name. Keemstar absolutely
like stolen valor? Like you fucking pretending to be in the military? What do you mean you don't think it'd be right?
So he thinks that Lolcow is like on the same level as calling someone like a slur. That's how he like acts about it. He's like, if you call me a Lolcow, you're bullying me, you're harassing me. It's the trolls, like all this shit. It's so crazy.
It's not like it's not like it's not like we had it's a podcast of young black men and we call it the Bicycle Thieves. I mean, that would be kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
Problem with that. That was my name and that was my idea. He's right. I actually, from a business perspective, could see having an issue.
By the way, any young black man that want the trademark or copyright to the Bicycle Thieves, you're more than welcome to it.
You gotta pay Tommy $5
in
revenue.
No, you don't know.
1,000 views.
This one's on me. Don't report me to German authorities.
Else came up with. So in that regard, I think we should call the show something different. And I did state that in a couple.
You're such an expert. You've been so successful. Like, Keemstar. Like, why don't you listen to Phil, you big dummy?
Yeah, seriously. What the fuck is DSP gonna call it? The Epic Gentleman of Gaming or some gay shit like that? What is his alternative? Honestly, he hasn't provided one. He's just like, no, not that name. No.
The Epic Gentleman of that's gonna be our podcast.
Epic Gentleman of Gaming.
We can talk about
AC,
positive
copyright
things.
that right now.
So, Wings, what do you think of a Jedi Survivor? It's great. Yeah, I think it's great too. What do you think, Boogie? I think it's okay. Yeah, okay. That's it? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
That was it. I never had any direct discussion with these people about it.
Because you were just expected to go on and be yourself.
It's just initial back and forth emails, and that's it. And that's that. That's literally it. There's been no major discussion about, money or how the show will work or anything really like that. Again, we didn't even have an initial meeting yet. I'm waiting for that fight to go down and hopefully these guys to be safe afterward.
Keep waiting, buddy.
Yeah.
Keep waiting.
Yeah, when the fight goes down, I'll move in on Keemstar and take his...
Okay, maybe after Tommy C leaves the show, then I'll move in on the podcast. Just
Down
keep
for our heads
hanging in
together.
there, buddy.
Try to figure out.
Do you think, and I how much you want to bet? Let's say the podcast, let's say I get on it, let's say the podcast is a huge success. Will he come out publicly begging to be on it?
No, you'll badmouth that.
Do you think he has that much humility?
No, his pride won't allow him to.
No, it
because
won't? Okay,
now
I was wondering.
now that he's in this position, if things look better than what he expected it to be, right? And this is what I've noticed with a lot of his shit.
Yeah.
He will start saying, "Well, at the end of the day, I did the right thing for myself and
we'll
my
do that?
wife."
Well, at least it's principled. I mean, in fairness.
Oh yeah.
At least
He'll
it's
say it's a
somewhat
moral
principled.
decision.
Dude, he said that him and his
He
wife
has to.
still cry about the May 1st jerk off thing. Like his wife cries every May 1st or something. Like what the fuck are you talking?
What?
His wife cries about it? He's married again? Really?
That was
Yeah.
So that literally was DSP's 9/11. Okay.
It really is.
All right.
It really is.
Wait. The jerk off tape, correct? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
He
I
had
was
said
gonna say,
recently.
I cry at it as well. I cry with fucking laughter.
Wait. In what context, Chris, did he say this?
So
that his
he
wife
was
cries?
talking about people that make fun of him and bring it up. Like an example is like Review Tech USA using it as a joke. Every time that somebody brings it up, his wife gets overwhelmed and she's like, "Oh God, Phil, the time that you jerked off on stream, it's the most embarrassing thing ever." And she like hates it, and apparently she cries about it. That's what he said out loud. Just
Well,
people making
does
fun of
he-
him about it.
Does she hate that other people break it up, or does she
Yeah.
hate that he did it?
Oh, they hate the fact that people still bring it up, that they
could you
think it's
not?
funny.
How could you know? Like, did he figure? Got caught jerking off on stream. Heck, a month, everybody will forget.
Maybe you shouldn't have filmed it and immortalized it.
He's got a Sonic hat on. How is it not funny? That's like me wearing an Optimus Prime helmet and I get caught.
What year?
Do you know
is
what I mean?
that? That was like in
I'm fucked for
2016. That was in 2016. He did that, right?
Yeah, it's been ongoing because the reason it got so big again is because he started copyright striking people that were like making videos making fun of it. So it just drew more attention. He's like the perfect
dumb.
encapsulation of the Streisand effect. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can't explain to him like, all right, this is the Streisand effect. This is what happened. No, it's my property. It's my copyright. My jerk off tape.
Figure out exactly how it would work. And that's it. So really, there's been nothing to mention. I figured, what's the point of talking with my audience about it until we've actually sat down and
Your
solidified
audience hates you and wants you to fail, and I'm sure they're happy today.
some more details and even know that it's going to happen. I'm the kind of person, as you know, I don't want to overpromise and underdeliver. Why hype up?
Oh, it's too late for that, buddy. That's your entire career is under delivering. Okay. I mean, that's
The possibility of a
Let's
podcast
be honest.
with these guys.
Overpromise.
I've seen that Metal
I
Gear
don't
Solid
know.
2 playthrough.
It's like he's a competitive athlete. or
By the
something.
way, if you're like the kind of person that actually gets fooled by DSP promising
I don't know
anything,
anybody.
not
I
even
don't think-
over-promising.
I don't think anybody
regular
gets fooled by
promise.
DSP. I think people cycle in and out of goofing on him. And like, you know what? I'm in the mood for a
Like-
DSP stream. I really think that's it. It's voyeurism at this point. Yeah.
I
Guys,
can't let
we
down
haven't
my
even sat down to
fans.
see if
That's
it's viable
DSP's
yet.
whole
How to make
attitude.
it happen, how to
It's
make it
like-
work. We haven't. So why talk about it publicly? Boogie apparently chose to talk about it publicly first.
Yeah.
So now people are asking me all about it. So I wanted to tell you my perspective, what's going on. Again, as long as this is a show that's not going to be 100% about degrading ourselves, catering to trolls, but instead having a fun show that's maybe about three guys talking.
what could you deliver that's fun?
He's by the way, he's basing that purely off of the
About-
title alone. That's it. That's the only thing he thinks. He's saying the whole show is going to be degrading yourselves. No, the whole show is going to be you talking with these people and interacting. That was the
Yeah,
premise
he's-
behind it.
he's degrading
It's
himself
not
right
that you're just like
now.
saying, oh, I'm a gay loser on DSP. That's not what the show is.
He's degrading himself this moment. I mean, it's
Yes,
like,
yeah. It's like he's missed the
He
point.
just
He
wants you
went
to
out
go
of his
be
way to
yourself.
degrade himself.
just want you to be yourself. That's all.
Games and
No,
pop culture.
you know what? He went out of his way to degrade himself, and he lost $50,000 in the process. It's like
Jesus Christ.
he's doing
life
it
in
for
general,
free now.
news,
Yeah.
and yes, it's okay to razz yourself and to make fun of yourself, but at the same
Razz.
time, not to be 100%, toxic, right? I'd be down for
I would
something
love
like that. In
to
fact, I
see
would
what
welcome
DSP
something.
considers just lightly razzing himself.
Yeah. Why am I toxic?
Like-
Something like that. Most of my content's just me talking directly to my audience or to myself. So to actually have a nice interaction with a couple of other gentlemen, I think would be pretty cool. All right, just being honest. Now,
Yeah, why are you with those gentlemen? They're known for being Lolcows, you dummy. He really has, it's got to be some kind of cognitive dissonance. What's going? He really doesn't. Wings and Boogie have some idea how they're seen. They may do some dumb stuff. But there is some perspective there. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to try to convince Wings to stop taking his medicine. That's going to be my first mission. Stop taking your medicine, Wings. That's another thing. But Tommy, it'll ruin my life. Do it anyway, Wings. Do it anyway.
all of a sudden, someone starts posting up in my chat tonight. Oh,
If DSP was on, I'd tell him to spend more money on WWE and stream it.
And keep the camera on when he's jerking off.
Yes.
Keemstar just tweeted, DSP is off the Lolcow cast because he's not responding to emails.
Is that what he said?
That is the look on his face every single day.
He's always perpetually confused.
Yeah, it probably
Just
isn't.
stumped.
Actually, if I had to guess, that probably isn't true. It's not because he's responding to emails. It's 'cause
That is a
fucking-
great still.
What
That
the
is pretty
fuck are
much.
you talking about? Have I not made it abundantly clear on the
Because it makes you look like a bigger loser. That's why he did it, stupid.
I troll this podcast in my own content after the fact. I have publicly stated time after time after time after time, I want no involvement whatsoever with Keemstar. Zero. I don't want to be told about him. I don't want to be in content with him. I don't want to have any business relationship. I want to be left out of his mouth, period. I have no desire to have any
Sneaky
association
You sound like fucking iDub. Stop bitching.
with this man or any of his businesses at all. Now, he's tried to come onto my streams and derail them with his multiple YouTube accounts. They're banned. He's tried to...
What? Can you start
Yes.
again?
Yeah, so Keem would go into his chat on like the Keemstar show account and just be like, "Hey Phil, did you hear about the Boogie and Wings fight? You're still on level 1, asshole."
to tweet me, they're blocked. I don't want anything to do with this fucking guy. Period. I'm done wasting my
I don't
time
like what he stands for.
and talking about Keemstar. So the guy's publicly tweeting, DSP is out of the Lolcow cast because he's not responding to emails. I was never in the Lolcow cast, you tremendous egotistical brain-dead idiot.
You egotistical. Pot kettle black.
What the fuck are you tweeting about? You're a moron. I was never on it and never wanted to be and never will be involved with you in a business capacity. You're nuts. And no, I absolutely positively will not be involved in anything with Keemstar involvement, period. So if Keem tries to stick his nose...
Well, I guess he's principled now, right? You gotta give him that.
I guess, but it's principled to a fault.
Yeah.
Where
I'm just saying it was a good idea. I mean, fucking... If your principle is to stand... if you got the green light and when you're crossing the crosswalk and you see a car coming at you at 90 miles an hour, and you're like, "Yeah, you're good. You're right. I have the right of way."
Did you ever know like why he hates Keem?
Everybody does it. Point, I mean,
well, he hates Keem because he's watched videos doing the rise and fall of Keemstar. It's not because Keem covered the jerk off thing. It's all because of the videos that were made about Keem, like those rise and fall ones that they still talk about Etika and stuff, unfortunately. And he's like, yeah. Oh, Keem's a horrible person because of that situation. That's all Phil has to run off of.
I don't think so. He's fucking probably hated Keem for the better part of 10 years. I would
maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I think. I think so. I just maybe then he probably watched. He's like a lot of those guys. He watches those videos like with Etika or something that just tries to. Oh, see, I was right.
Goes into it. He's done. I'm done. I'll tap right out of it.
Okay.
Say, screw this. I'm not involved in everything up to this point. Been told he will not be involved, and that's why I even entertained it. And that's not changing. Okay. I had some discussions behind the scenes with guys like Boogie and Wings about maybe doing our own thing. Say, hey, what's stopping us from doing the show with each other? Like Boogie and Wings.
All right, so he admits it. This is why. Okay, right there. So he admits it. Right there. There's no doubt here. I mean, now it's done.
Okay, I had some discussions behind the scenes with guys like Boogie and Wings about maybe doing our own thing. Say, hey.
I'm trying to get it. All right, there you go. There's the mystery.
Hey, what's stopping us from doing the show with each other? Like Boogie and Wings are.
It won't work. The millionaire won't be there.
No, what's stopping them, really?
The guy that knows how to do it won't be a part of the project.
I doubt that. My name's Phil.
Excuse me and Boogie
what the fuck,
had a couple of conversations.
I mean, in some sense, they don't need King. They're the stars. But King, here's the problem. Like, it's like having a band, right? It's like the best band ever. But you don't know how to get your record out there because you don't have a record press, and you can't. Well, look how old I am. Listen to me, records, right? You can't distribute your product, all right, before the days of the internet, right?
Yeah, he thinks he's just gonna go stand out in front of the Walmart parking lot,
and you can't just
just fucking give out CDs. You can't
distribute the stuff yourself. You don't have that kind of reach, and Keem does. Like, what a dummy! How dumb can you be?
You know, DSP makes money just about as well as he plays video games because he, doesn't understand the basic fundamentals of how to get from point A to point B, and then he gets really mad about it. What the fuck? What the fuck, dude? Yeah, nice fucking business idea. Yeah, okay, yeah, just join the podcast. What the fuck? Why don't I have $50,000?
Has he ever?
I'm declaring bankruptcy. Fuck.
Has he ever given a game a good review, and it just so happens that game's like easy as fuck?
Fighter one.
Yeah, I wonder which one. It's too funny.
Well, he wanted to interview me. I said, I'd be willing to.
Is there a game that's a walking simulator?
Well, I think like DSP soft.
5 out of 5.
And then maybe I could interview you back and we could have shared content or whatever. Like, that was some of the discussions that we had. Okay? But it never really amounted to anything. One of the things I worked on, as you know, this year is DSP Reacts. I was thinking that could be good content for the channel. They have an interview with him as something to have on that channel or whatever. You know what I mean? So basically, the whole thing's been off the table. And there really hasn't been much discussion about it. And then all of a sudden, during my interview with the side scrollers, Keemstar shows up out of nowhere and interjects himself into the situation.
Do you want to know how Keem found out about it?
Yes. What do you know?
I told him.
I knew it.
I was restreaming it. I was doing a members only stream. I was like, oh, we'll restream the stream and just laugh with the members. And they were talking about Keem. And Phil's like, Keemstar's a piece of shit. Blah blah blah. And I'm like, I have a direct line to Keemstar. Let's see if I can make some content out of this.
That's so funny. That's so funny. So did Phil tell you his dastardly plan? Or did you?
No. I just told Keem during the Side Scroller podcast, I was like, hey, DSP's talking shit about you. He's like, where? And he told it.
Too funny.
It had nothing to do with the interview. Like, that interview was supposed to be about me and the shit that my haters say about me. What is Keemstar doing here? Right? Like, literally, what
laughing at you.
What's going on? It didn't make any sense at all. Right? It was just confusing. What is he doing here? Come to find out, apparently he's had a bug up his ass about me ever since I didn't want to do this show with him. And we had to talk about it or whatever, right? And at that point, I pretty much made it abundantly clear I want absolutely nothing to do with this man. All right? I pretty much tried to make it as transparent as possible. I don't like you. I don't want anything to do with your content. It's my prerogative if I do work or not with you, period. Okay? I get contacted behind the scenes by a third party saying that they're representing Boogie and Wings and that they're interested in doing this podcast with me, all right? And it would be just the three of us working on it. And essentially it would be like...
Is there a third party or was that him? Is he making that up?
I honestly have no idea. He makes up so much shit, it's hard to nail down what's real and what's fake.
Yeah, it's probably bullshit. It's probably just him.
Yeah. Three-way split where we all do a show and work together.
Who else on the planet is like, you know what? I gotta move ahead of Keemstar. Like, Keemstar was scarce, like who else is gonna who's moving in on this particular territory? Who's like, God, Keemstar can't get all three of those guys signed. I can. I'm like, there's nobody equipped to do it besides Keem. I mean, nobody. I mean, you can have all the good ideas in the world. Actually, Matt brought up that I tweeted it, Wings, I forgot, 2 years ago, saying, let's do one with me and you. And then some jerk off wrote that I've been trying to steal ideas from Keem for years. Go fuck yourself. I thought that first.
Together and yada yada yada, but no details are worked out because in the meantime, Boogie and Wings are doing this fight, this boxing match.
Boxing match? They're gonna make hundreds of $1,000s
for Keemstar. It's Keemstar's event, and they're taking a payday.
He seems to have an issue with working for people, right? Like, you know, YouTube and Twitch took most of your money, right?
Yeah, because he had an issue with Machinima that they didn't do what he wanted, so he tried complaining all the way to the top and like acting like Logan Paul. Yeah.
of the total profit, you know. Like, all Machinima ever came and did was make money off me. You know, he doesn't understand how capitalism works.
To do it. I think they're getting like $10,000 each or something like that to do it. And essentially, we can't talk details about the show until they get back from their fight. All right? I confirmed with Boogie and Wings, yes, this was legit. They said, yes, this person is legit. This is someone who we're already working with, and we want to do this all together. Okay? And so I said, all right, if you want to start talks about it or whatever, let's talk about it, right? I'd be willing to consider doing this, maybe trying it out, see how it works. You know, no details have been worked out whatsoever. It was just a discussion. I had a few emails back and forth with a guy who said that he was going to kind of be in the middle of this whole thing, and that was it. And where we had left it was, well, you know, we'll talk when they get back from their fight. So all of a sudden I hear that this week,
So what really happened is before the fight, he tried to undercut Keem and got caught. All right.
I guess Boogie did an interview.
Your buddy Brady. Thank you.
With side scrollers. You know,
Tommy Matson went to call.
Yeah, pull him in. Hey, Maddie, hop along. We're watching DSP.
I don't know anything about it. I'm not following Boogie, nor am I caring about side scrollers. And in the interview, he apparently said a couple things. Number one, he's salty that I cost him $50,000, him and Wings. I did not cost him and Wings $50,000. The idea was made up by Keemstar, literally never spoke with me about it or checked with me to see if I was even willing to do it or interested in doing it because I've decided I don't want to work with the guy. I didn't cost them money. Keemstar cost them money by coming up with an idea that needed my involvement, and when I decided not to do it, he canceled the idea. I mean,
I guess that's
wait, that doesn't make any sense.
Well, no, I guess none of it. Like, nobody cost anybody money at the end of the day. He's kind of right about that.
No, well, you know what he's saying? He's saying, you thought you could rely on me? You're stupid. That's literally what he's saying.
Yeah, well, I mean, he didn't agree to anything, in fairness to him. But, I mean, I think he thought he was the linchpin. And, like, this thing ain't going to happen without me. So, I mean, I don't really know anything about the. I'm the star. You know, it's so funny. He really should be a You know, they should put DSP in with a mental patient for a podcast. I listen to every episode. I would. I mean, because he's just a hair his ass off of being a mental patient himself.
All right, I've said, why don't you just do the show with them? Why do I need to be involved? If I don't want to be involved, do the show with them and pay them the money you said you were going to pay them, right? So, I don't get it. Why am I the crux of this show? Why did it matter if I was there or not? If I don't want to do it, just do.
Because you're a lolcow.
Still do it with them. And these guys obviously need the help, or else they wouldn't be so upset about the $50K payday they're missing out on. So just pay them, right? And here's the thing. I don't care either way, right? Am I interested in doing a podcast with the guys? I think it would be all right and fun to have a conversation, and maybe it would be...
I made all the money.
Something fun. At the same time...
If I made all $0.
I don't see why on earth this is a big deal. I'm super busy with my own shit.
Yes,
I'm desperately
sure.
looking for.
Oh yeah, busy with your own shit, Phil. You beg people for $100 of direct donations and complain for 20 to 30 minutes when you don't get it to pad out the time for people to donate. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
Shut the fuck up.
He is the only streamer I know, besides like girls on Twitch that'll do that. This is not enough. You know, he's the only guy I know that does that.
For a crossover event, you know what I mean? I've already got so much going on DSP Gaming and DSP Reacts. This was just a nice idea to throw out there. You know what I'm saying? So, there you go. You know, so it's not a big deal to me. In fact, I'll be honest with you guys. If these guys are going to make $50K and they desperately need the money, and it means working with Keem and they're okay with working with Keem, then more power to them. In fact, that's what I've already said. Did I not literally just say, why can't they do the show with Keem and not me and still make the money? I didn't understand.
They can. Don't worry.
No, they will. Yeah, they'll do it with a guy named Tommy C.
Yes.
Exactly.
Like, why am I the lead?
I'm going to rail on him It's going to be like he's there if I get this job.
First that your like first episode idea for like the IQ test. You guys should just you should just fill out an IQ test form. Like you three should just come up with what you think his answers would be on the IQ test. Just be like, okay, guys, we gotta slow down. We gotta dumb it down a little. Okay, how would DSP answer this? Well, I think he would try to put a circle in a square hole.
That's a great
That's
idea.
the thinking that we need.
There you go.
Linchpin, the crux of this show that has to be part of it. Just do the show without me and still give them the money if they need it. That would make more sense, wouldn't it? I'd rather have that. I'd rather have the show go on without me.
Do you think he's being genuine here? I mean, if he doesn't want a part in Keemstar, you can't force him. You know what I mean?
I think he is. I think he's that.
I get the feeling too. It's still stupid. It's just a dumb. It's like Chris said. Like it's principle to a fault. But I mean, if that's the way he feels.
You know what it is, Tommy? I think he's being genuine right now when he recorded this and said all this. Yeah. Let's see how he feels in a month. Let's see how he feels in a year.
Yeah, when those two are making, when those two are like, oh my God, I paid this off. I got that. Thanks, Keemstar. My career's totally juiced. Everything. I can't make a stream without people. Oh man, it'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
Then have a show that never happens, and now these guys were hard up for money, and they didn't get it, and now they're feeling bad about it, and they're angry at me for it. Like, what the hell, man? Like, why am I somehow getting... Again, you understand? Number one, I wasn't involved in a podcast at all. I wasn't involved in the Keemstar podcast. I never was. But I get pulled into the drama, even though I have nothing to do with it. I'm not involved in a podcast with Wings and Boogie. I never was. It's early discussions. Nothing determined, no contract, nothing. Yet somehow Boogie goes on someone else's show, talks about it, now I'm pulled into the drama again. Do you see how stupid this shit is? Do you understand why I don't want to be involved with other people? Do you get it?
It is impossible to explain this to DSP in a way where he has to consider how other people feel. Like, all of this, everything is like me. The point, Phil, is that you just had to do the bare minimum to like help these guys out and to like just... It could be recorded right now.
Was make funny. Actually, I mean, now it's probably going to be rougher that he left, because now if they do pick me or somebody like me, the idea is to get them going. If the way they were going to do it before, the way I understood it, they were just going to let, which is, it's a great idea if it works. They were going to let DSP, Boogie, and Wings kind of figure out what they're doing. But that's why I think you need somebody in there that's like a hardcore podcaster, right? Yes, and I think that guy's me. But even if I'm not in the project, right? I think you still need that guy. Whether it's, I think you needed that guy if Phil was there or not. I really do believe that. I think that's the only thing that makes it work. Because here's the thing: what's important about this cast is it goes after, like, when it first jumps. When it first hits, people are going to be there. There's no doubt about it. How do you keep them there? And I think I know how to do that. I mean, really, we need their insight. The world needs Wings and Boogie insight. Wings and Boogie insight. I mean, I want to know what Boogie thinks about that black guy getting choked out by a Marine to death. I mean, the world needs to know. God. And by the way, I promised to ask them. I
support Michael Jackson.
I promised to ask them questions that you want to know every week. Come up with something.
Fucking time that this happens, they pull me into their fucking nonsense. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I don't need to cross over into the realm of YouTube relevancy and become a known Lolcow who now has viral.
You are
I'm sorry.
You're
already there, bro.
You got asked. You got asked because that's who you are. You're like, oh man.
Popularity and makes money for making fun of himself. I don't care about this at all. Really, I've never actually actively sought it out once. These people come to me with their drama bullshit.
That's the point. You've never sought it out. That's why you are that.
See, the
That's
thing
why
is,
it
like,
happens.
I really wonder how, because he lies a lot. But I wonder, really, he really thinks, he does think he's the linchpin in this. Why are you coming to me? Why do you need me so much? Look, they don't. They just want you because it would be better. It's not like it can't. Like, let me tell you something, Phil. I know you never see this. If this thing works, you'll be forgotten in no time. I promise. I promise. And according to this, you'll be okay with that. But if Wings gets his savings together or whatever he wants, and Boogie's able to keep his house, fuck you. This is like brilliant.
Well, Tommy, I wouldn't say DSP won't watch this. I may or may not have tagged him on Twitter that you're doing this right now. I may or may not have done
and
that.
honestly, DSP,
Awesome.
let's at the end of the fucking day, you couldn't handle me. I'd fuck you up. You're upset. You're upset at fucking Etika jumping off a bridge with Keemstar. I'd make you jump off a bridge, and everybody would blame me, and they'd be right. How about that, you pussy? You big pussy.
Like, I'm literally wasting time right now on my own show talking about it because people won't.
Wasting time. Let's get back into the fucking not being able to get the second level of
I
Jedi
got
Survivor.
games to fail, dude. I got tutorials to rage quit, okay? My schedule's chock full of games. I need these AAA games that come out that are designed for retards so that I can fail them, dude.
Somebody
I need
find
this.
me the best 5 to 10 minutes of his bid gameplay.
I got bankruptcies to declare, dude. Come on, man.
Somebody give me a copy. I want to finish this.
I'm on it. I'm on it.
Like the best, short. I don't want real long gameplay. Something that gets right to it.
Shut the fuck up about it. All right? So that's why I'm doing this, so I can put it to bed and say I'm done with this shit. Okay?
It really is amazing that people like DSP are real. It really is.
So, last night I did reach out to Wings and Boogie. I did reach out to this neutral third party. It has now been 14 hours and no one's responded. So, being that's the fact, I'm going to just assume that the things that I've heard are real. And what I heard is that basically, after me talking about this on my show last night, Keem had a change of heart and decides he wants to still do the Lolcast, but now he doesn't know what to do because he needs a third host. He doesn't feel that it's strong enough with just Wings and Boogie.
See? He really thought he was a linchpin. Mm-hmm. And all he found out and said, okay, I can't trust him. That's what happened. You dummy.
I'm impressed with Phil throughout this entire video. He didn't snort, belch, fart, none of the random shit that he does on stream. I'm proud of him. I'm proud of him.
Funny. I belch. I don't give a fuck.
So he started
but you
posting
don't snort, Tommy. You don't snort like a fucking pig for 40 minutes.
Really?
You don't do that.
He's asking people on the internet, who do they want to see to be the third host of the show? Okay? Good for them. Good. Let them do a show without me. That's called the Lolcow cast because I'm not a fucking Lolcow.
Wrong. I just got here. He's trying to say he's not a fucking Lolcow.
Oh, yeah.
Is that where we're at? Jesus.
I'll take bald-faced lies for 200, Alex.
You can only you know this better than most, Matt. You can only wrangle so many retards. There is a limit to this. Some stallions can't be broken.
Oh yeah. This is the Moby Dick of Lolcow.
You just can't tame
Look,
it.
Keem knows if you love something, set it free. If it comes back to you, it belongs to you. If it doesn't, it was never yours to begin with.
Yeah,
That's
if it
what
comes
DSP
back
is.
to you. Run! No, this is Keemstar. If it comes back and you spike the football, rub it in their face, and tell them no.
Seems like this Lolcow's off the greener pastures.
See, the thing is, there's nothing to learn here because DSP is a very unique person. Okay, there's nothing to learn here. I can't say well, this is a consequence of this or this is a consequence of that. It's just Phil. He's dumb. He's really, 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 really dumb. That's it. He probably thinks he's watching this right now. It's well, that guy's just, he's just calling me names. No, it's objectively true. He's really dumb.
Idiotic, mouth-feeling idiots.
No, you're not making positive content right now, Tommy.
Yeah,
Jesus
it's not
Christ.
very positive. You're right.
Well, let's make it positive. No. Let's make it positive. Tommy, I have sent you a clip. It's 45 seconds.
Okay.
DSP never fails in missions.
Oh, God. It's really, let me see this. I think
Here comes my plate.
No! I hit the girl! Fuck this stupid fucking mission! This mission sucks. It's worthless. It adds nothing
He couldn't control it well enough to not hit that person.
He couldn't hit the fucking square button. He couldn't fucking hit the brake.
Yeah.
to the game.
By the
It's
way,
too
he just
complex.
decides, you know what? I'm gonna go straight towards her. That'll go. That worked well. What the fuck, man?
Listen to Phil. Hold on.
It's worthless. It adds nothing to the game. It's too complex.
It's too complex.
Fucking 20 legs.
Imagine he says that about driving his own fucking car.
And the game said the guy got away when he was directly in front of me. What the fuck? Now
You already beat it, but the game didn't say so.
I'm pissed. Now I'm getting pissed. Okay? It's official. This is fucking stupid bullshit. I didn't fucking fail the mission.
Yeah, you did.
I never failed the mission.
Watch him get a star right now, because okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's right in front of a cop.
Yeah, he did
Yeah.
it. Yeah, he did it in front of the. Yeah, this is for gamers out here. He does this in front of the cop, which is gonna get
He's
like.
about to, yeah,
as
he's
soon
about to
as he-
fucking get a one
as soon as
level,
he
and then
hits
he's gonna
it-
get busted, and he's gonna lose all his shit,
Yeah,
and he's gonna get mad.
Oh, what a dipshit! All right, you have to wait.
How is somebody this bad at GTA? My good, like.
Yeah, I mean, you could have
You
called
think
the
he
cab,
looks
too.
down at the controller when he's playing?
No, I think he. No, I don't know
No,
what he does.
maybe that's why he didn't see the hooker there. He's
No,
looking
but
down at the
it is
controller.
muscle memory. It is muscle memory. He
Hold on a
must
second.
watch the controller.
Dude, what is this called?
Oh, this is the one that's suggested by Griffin Gaming.
Okay.
This is what happens when you let the Jews do whatever they...
What?
Flip
What?
TV
Oh
racism.
God! Oh, this is great. Hold on, I gotta see this.
This is what happens when you let the Jews do whatever they want. You've let the Jews overrun space, and now look at this. Their greed has had the artifact turn everyone into necromorphs.
I'm in Germany. Can I play this?
So now I, the last remaining Nazi, must exterminate them. Hello.
Oh my gosh. There is no way.
But he'll go on stream now and say, you know, I never said that stuff.
He
or,
will.
I'm about okay.
Look,
with that
Keemstar's
stuff."
moral character is very questionable. I don't think I can work with this Keemstar guy. I don't know.
What does he have? Like, what's his? I gotta know what his thing is. Like, what disorder he has?
Hello, Jew.
Asperger's.
I killed him with one shot. Damn. Yes, Jews in space. You'll see what happens.
I don't. I'm a little afraid to keep playing this. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Well, look,
Oh,
you knew what you were in for. It's called Blip TV racism. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Did he lose his job? I seem to remember that coming up. And he had a partner or something like that. And
yeah, I think that was the Project 7 stuff.
So somebody went to the AEW. DSP stopped wasting money on a mobile game. Get a job.
Is this
Oh,
real?
that is amazing.
No.
This is
Oh,
real.
this is real.
100%. This is on the taping.
There are multiple recordings of this.
I've seen interviews where Adam Cole, the wrestler, references DSP. He's like, "Oh, the camera's on." It's like,
This is amazing.
That's so funny. Yeah, sorry, Keemstar. I mean, everybody put some ones in the chat because Keem did his best to put this thing together, but it's just out of reach. This stallion cannot be tamed. I mean, it just what can you do? I'll
bro,
do
if
the
Keemstar
best.
can't wrangle you, nobody can.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, with money. What do you do if money doesn't work? You know, all I could do is I like to think I can make it better, but I know everybody said that DSP is out and they're like, we'll shedding this Lolcow and that Lolcow. I do think it'd be long-term funnier. I mean, you put those baboons in a fucking podcast for too long, it's just liable to fucking bore everybody. And that's the thing, they'll get big ideas like, well, we could do something positive this week, right? Right, I think we should do positive. Yeah, right, Phil. And next thing you know, it sucks. So, there you go. I can't wait to get a hold of them. I mean, I hope Boogie has goes through his better health before he goes in, and then he's gonna have a psychological section or his fucking therapy session, and I'm gonna undo it in a podcast. That's my goal.
You're gonna kill all the growth, man.
Yes.
Boogie just
Feeling
put out
good
a
about
content
yourself?
cop on Ian, man.
How you doing, Boogie? How you doing? I'm pretty good, man. I gotta get some good views. All right, we'll see today. We'll see. You feeling good about yourself? All right. I think that's it. Folks. Unless somebody wants to call in, I'm calling tonight. It's like fucking. Oh God, it's 3 a.m. over here.
Guys, if you want to call in, you're welcome to, but we only do positive callers, okay? We are not Lolcows, so don't stop making jokes about us. Don't make fun of us.
Dark
What's
Blade,
up?
you're on the air.
Hey, I just want to say that Griffin Gaming guy, he's known because this guy named Fertango, he fucking made reviews. He's no better than DSP. He's just as bad as DSP.
Oh yeah. So what does that got to do with me?
He was saying, "Oh, the fucking new Resident Evil 4 sucks because he couldn't know how to play, and he kept dying to the fucking demo, and he kept saying his ass."
Okay. Griffin Gaming, you wanna
That
challenge?
guy
this person
is a
on that?
fucking retard. He's no better than DSP. He's
I don't know,
DSP's son.
He donates a lot.
That's all I'm
so
gonna say.
I don't know. I disagree with you, sir. He sends me money.
Aw, that's true.
I was going to ask
got-
him how good is he at gaming? I want to
I
know.
haven't heard about Griffin Gaming in a long time.
Regurgitator.
Well, he's got $10 more than DSP.
He always
What's
sends
up,
me.
man?
I don't know. He's always been nice to me.
Yeah.
Regurgitator, you're on the air.
Dude, I will never forget that time where Darkside Phil played fucking Jack 2, my childhood game that I fucking beat when I was like a child.
Mm-hmm.
Stuck at it.
You got a video? Give me. I need clips.
yeah, he
Like,
literally.
send me clips. Send me clips.
All right,
of,
hold
of
on.
DSP's bad gameplay. DSP.
Isn't that a game where you just like go around and you like press square and you just like hit enemies and jump on platforms?
Yeah, it's just a platformer.
Yeah, hold on. I'm sending.
That's
you
a
the
game for.
clip.
That is literally a game for the children. I mean,
Hold on a second.
He
Hold on a
sucks at it. He fucking sucks
Of
at it.
course, he's a child. Hold on a second. Abby Black.
Whoa,
just sent me
breaking.
something. Hold on a second. I just want. I don't think it's breaking, but it's just. This might be terribly funny.
Oh yeah, this
Here we
is
go.
where this
This guy's got the
found
NBA Jam. Like, Shutter Craig don't know him. Adam from Tim Pool. Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh okay. How's he been? Is he doing good? Keem and Darkside Phil. Here we go.
A podcast. All right. Those haters are going to watch. They're going to absolutely love that these three guys have come together to make content. Now, between the three of you,
This Sutter guy looks like Dennis Hopper's Craig, like Dennis Hopper's creepy fucking son or something like that.
He's lost a lot more weight.
Oh, did you?
I
I know, he
remember him.
looks
Just
weird.
that, yeah, he was just a little more
Good for
ball in
him.
the face. But he's been on YouTube.
I want to
since
join
the
him.
early days.
you guys don't have the
I'm not gonna
business
make fun of him then. Good for him.
in a sense to like really figure this out and make this thing actually happen. But I do. All right. And you guys don't even understand how valuable you are as individuals, as entertainers, because you look at the numbers and you're looking at everything and like, oh, well, I've
You
fallen
went about it all wrong. You should just talk money. You know, like you're just blowing his head up. Like, what do I need you for? That's how stupid he is, Keem.
off. And, you know, that's the mindset that you have, right? But I have a different mindset for each and one of you, that you guys are amazing entertainers, just not in the way that you
See, normally this would work, but it's DSP, man.
want to be, right? You're Lolcows, but there's so much value there. By putting the three of you together, and, you know, each one of you would own 25% of this podcast, all right? We never got to have this conversation, so I do want to have it now, even though I know you're not going to do it, all right? I would also own 25%. I would do the business aspect of it. I've had many success selling podcasts to exclusive deals with Spotify and other companies, multi-million-dollar deals. All right. I wanted to put the three of you together for this show. I would do the business side of the things. And I knew that.
Is it me or is he just fading away?
He's been doing that stink face this entire time.
not
Dude, he falls
interested.
asleep on stream. Like this dude.
What a retard.
All three of you would be in a situation where you didn't really trust me, or you're like, I don't know if this is going to work, and you'd have a lot of doubts. So I was just going to take my own money and take $150,000, give you each just to start off before we even film the next.
It doesn't even phase him.
How are you like? How is anybody like 40 years old and they hear an offer like for $50,000? They're like
to
bankrupt.
be a fucking
They're,
dude, like just to talk and be a fucking wacky guy. You know,
yeah.
I mean,
not only that, but 50,000 for your fellow man, for like two guys that you like. You genuinely have said you'd like to sit down and talk with them, and you appreciate, you know, like having a conversation with them. And you're just like, you know what? I don't have any empathy for them. I cannot push back. Like, he has. Has he ever worked a job before? Like, that's like the very basic part of a job.
Yeah, I really
That's
wonder.
like you have to go in. You have to
He worked at a
sacrifice
helicopter
time.
company. He worked at a helicopter company. I remember that. 'Cause
that's
he
right,
talks
he's
about
doing
how
what,
Donald
selling
Trump.
peanuts?
No, apparently, I know the story like the back of my hand.
Go ahead.
Apparently, he worked at a helicopter company, and at one point, he got fired from his job. He didn't know what to do. YouTube was a hobby for him, and then he started working there. The reason he got fired was because Donald Trump came in one day and didn't pay for his helicopter parts.
What?
That's apparently what happened.
That's why he got fired. Yeah, someone tells me that's his bullshit story.
Yeah.
So this guy just sent me DSP versus Griffin Gaming playing Resident Evil 4 remake.
Oh, by the way, oh my god.
What?
Oh,
What?
I was about to say,
What?
Memology made like you know Mugen, right? Like the game, Mugen fighting game. Someone made like Darkside Phil versus Low Tier God on that game.
Oh, really? Send that to me.
Yeah, I'm sending to you. Hold on. DSP.
This is how you don't play Jack. All
versus
right, hold on a second. I want to see all these.
God.
All right, let's see.
That's
Oh,
Dark
boy.
Side
Right,
Hill?
pause for a moment.
Oh, that's
All right.
oh, that
In this
guy.
mission, in this mission, you have to in order to destroy like this turret, you have to punch it, right?
Yeah.
Darkside Phil is shooting at that turret.
Okay. Should he know not that?
He know.
It's not
the
working
game
what he's
shows-
doing, in fairness.
Oh. Okay, never mind.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Failed it.
Great.
You can punch in the
What
game,
the
by the way.
fuck?
You
Yeah,
can
of
make
course my
combos.
vehicle's blocking it. Yep.
Maybe he's like really uncoordinated or something.
Wait.
What? You suck at
Yeah, I
this,
was about
by
to
the
say. No, I was about to say you can make combos like punch, shoot, like fucking fighting style game.
No
combat.
kidding.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
okay.
combos.
Jesus. The clip sucks if you have to explain it.
Every time he calls in, he gets to stay in the server, stay in the voice chat for another like 4 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't know, he's talking.
Who hates backseat gamers? Who fucking hates backseat gamers?
All right. Well, fucking Cuban, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Tommy,
Yes.
let me just say this. If someone paid me,
Yeah. No one's paying you for anything, you big dummy. You got your cell phone on. Stop walking around. If somebody paid me to buy a phone that works. Oh, big dummy.
Tommy, let me say this. If
What?
someone paid me $50,000 to act like a retard just from the start, I would take it.
I bet you would.
You
You've
got-
done a good job.
you're really
thus
good
far.
at it.
Shit, if someone paid
Yeah,
me $5,000, I'd take it.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah,
know.
actually,
You
come
don't
to
even-
me and
you don't
I'll
even
act like a retard. I'll dance like a monkey.
Act like a retard. He just want to be himself. You know?
Oh, fuck.
He just
Fuck,
wants to be
I'll
himself.
fucking do shit. I'll go jack off on stream too. Fuck, if
Fine,
you're gonna pay me
get out of here.
$50,000,
I don't want to hear that you want to jack off too. Big dummy.
If I got paid, dot.
What do you got? What? You got paid for what?
No.
It's called ellipses.
No, ellipses, yeah. Fucking just trail off. If I got paid, well.
I got your phone.
Steven
That was
Krauser
awesome.
exposed himself at work with ex-staffers. What? Good.
And it's a video of DSP jerking off.
Yeah, that would have been great. Somebody would have
That'd be a good prank.
Anything else? So regurgitator. What's this? Oh, this is a Street Fighter 3. Oh, or this is. Hold on a second. I want to see this. Hang on. This is too funny. Come on.
Oh, come on, bullshit. Go.
Mugen, Low T. Is this them playing each other?
No,
Oh,
they didn't even do the thing where they changed the sprites. They like put the voice clips in there.
Oh, that sucks.
I know.
Yeah, because all I see is Dan and urine. You know, that's what that character's called, urine.
He didn't even fucking do anything, dude. What the fuck is that? Fucking throat. He didn't even fucking do it.
Just funny to hear. What's his face yell? Low tier god.
But is that not how he won at the time when he was the best American Street Fighter? Because the version they were running, all the best fighters backed out.
Yes.
Yes.
And here's the thing. Because like you gotta understand, this is and it's even gotten more prestigious over the years. This is Evo. So I think he played some version of Street Fighter Alpha on.
It was in '94, right?
Yeah, no, it was after that, but it was early 2000s. But I think it was on PlayStation 2.
Yeah, the PlayStation version was the worst.
PlayStation 2, something like that, and there was something wrong with the version, so it was just broken. Apparently, it was completely broken. So for some reason, Evo had an event for it, and all the big players pulled out because there's the issue with all the good pro players. So he ended up finishing 3, and he got beat by 2 Asians, I think, or something, or 2 other guys. And then he's lived. That's literally how he built his career, finishing 3rd in Evo. Right? In a game that nobody would play. So he basically has been telling people he's a pro gamer for the past like 10, 15 years. And he snuck into a Street Fighter tournament and probably had the games of his life and told everybody he's a pro gamer. And he was absolutely awful. Oh, it's so funny. It is really funny. Anything else we got here? Maybe I should go to bed, huh?
What about Liana? She's in the waiting to call.
Liana? All right. Liana's gonna. What do you say? Phone sex later, Liana? What do you think?
Well, she's got to unmute first to do that.
Can't do. You're not very good with phones. Good.
Hi.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Tom.
What do you need?
I'm just a bit confused.
What?
Why wouldn't you want to do the podcast of you, me, and Tommy with Jessica Pizzle and I?
Why would I do anything with Jessica Pizzle? Because you guys are crazy broads.
Yeah, but like we're real lolcows. These guys aren't real lolcows.
Oh yeah, you guys are lolcows. Yeah, you like half a hot chick. Like what would I?
Oh my god! What the fuck?
Oh my god!
That was fucking.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Wait.
Yeah, you like half a hot chick. So like, what good would that be? How does that make you a lolcow?
Together they make one hot chick.
What?
Wow, I'm half a hot chick now.
No,
Jeez.
the
Okay,
podcast
thanks,
has
Tommy.
half a fucking hot chick. I'm mad at Jessica Pizzle.
Well, you're a lolcow, not so much emphasis on the lol, more on the cow.
Oh, I see. Really?
What are you guys gonna do a podcast about? No one's gonna listen to it. What are you talking about?
Wait, I'm
Why
down.
are you
Jessica.
asking? Why are you asking me? Like, what do you need me? What do you need me for? I don't understand.
It was just a joke email, Tommy. No need to be so rude. Jeez.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. It wasn't a joke. I don't.
No, it's okay. It's fine.
Yeah,
Don't
look,
worry.
he's a busy guy, okay? He's the linchpin of the Lolcow podcast. We're talking to right here, okay?
It's all right. It's all right. Bye, guys.
Good. Good. My future ex-wife. There she is, everybody.
Future ex-wife.
Future murderer.
Yes. There you go. 5 out of 10. That's not what I mean. Half a hot chick.
That's what it sounded like.
That is what it sounded
That's not what I meant. I didn't mean that.
You're half a hot. You and Jessica are half a hot chick together.
No,
they
it's
make one
kind of in me. Like I meant like this is not the content for you. You know, like I didn't know if they were serious or not. She kept fucking DMing me and like I saw something about it. I'm looking. No, I'm not reading this. No.
I think Jessica and Liana would do a great podcast.
Yeah, fantastic, super. I'll promote it. What the fuck would Jessica Pizzle talk about? They'll be first of all, they're women. They'll be fighting in a month. Fuck it all up. Yeah.
Well, yeah, Liana does have that tendency to start a podcast and then get in a fight with the
get in a fight with all
they
the
start.
and start hating each other and doxing each other, and then you end up like Maya or some shit. Hey, speaking of Maya, like this is something interesting. Even Ben from what's his name? Fucking sent me this shit. It was too funny. Maya puts this out there. If anybody has Matt Pitt's first and last name, Ashes, please tell me.
It's for the police.
So I sent it to her.
Oh, good one.
So funny. Oh god, she must be reeling. I guess she's avoiding being served or something. I'm hearing.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, super. Oh boy, let's see. Matt getting stories wrong as per usual. What story, JFA? You douchebag. All right, that's it. I've done extra content for you. I wonder if I may even fucking dip out tomorrow. Who the fuck knows? What's better, like begging my wife to sleep with my fat ass, or doing a podcast? I don't know.
Yeah, you got to get your beauty sleep for the podcast.
Yes. Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's probably after
bright and early.
It actually it makes sense to do it after the fight, I guess, right?
I mean, that automatically gives you things to talk about.
Yeah.
First off,
after what it's like.
I think that was what Keemstar. That's probably like what's going on there. Is like, okay, they do the fight, and then maybe DSP and other people will have some shit to talk about, and it's like, oh, he's a snake. Okay, never mind.
Boogie made a video on iDubbbz.
Yeah, he did his own content cop on iDubbbz for 4 minutes.
As you guys know, I'm fighting for Misfits on May 13th, fighting Wings of Redemption, and I'm really proud of that. This week, a lot of people...
See the wheelchair?
Looks like it. He's really proud. He'll be the first wheelchair user in the
reached out
ring.
to me to let me know that I got dragged into this whole Froggy Fresh creator clash drama because I was featured in an iDubbbz video.
You weren't featured. You were actually kind of the side.
And it certainly didn't paint me in a favorable light. I don't know if I was meant to be a punchline or to prove a point.
He knows exactly why he was in that video. Come on.
But regardless, most of my fans took it the wrong way. Let's see how you take it. Here's the clip.
But unfortunately, Froggy doesn't want to hop on one of those cards because he thinks the skill level is too high.
Personally, in my opinion, I think the talent at Misfits and Happy Punch is in a different league that is out of my league.
Footwork is amazing. Kind of sucks to see me and Jordy being used as a punchline for a joke.
He can't be. He's just cashing in on the whole thing. He can't be. He's not that stim.
Are being used to prove a point. And he's not entirely wrong. I am an amateur boxer. This is my very first fight. But I think it still really sucks to see me and Jordy being used.
He doesn't mean any of this.
To prove a point or to make fun of the fact that
calm down.
trying
You're about to do a podcast with these guys, okay?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, save it for the podcast.
Yeah.
Don't you stop clickbaiting everybody, you big fat fucker.
To change their lives here and get better. When I met iDubbbz, I was in a wheelchair.
When he went, hold on a second.
Lives here and get better. When I met iDubbbz, I was in a wheelchair, not too different from this one. A motorized wheelchair because that's what I needed to get around VidCon. But on top of that, I needed this wheelchair I'm sitting in now to get to the doctor's office. Sometimes when we were shopping and when my back pain and my knee pain was bad enough after a Francis video and after having worked out, sometimes I needed this thing just to get around the house. And iDubbbz knows that because I met him in one of those wheelchairs. I think what I've accomplished in the last few years has been nothing short of a miracle. Not only did I lose 200 pounds and keep it off, but I went from needing a wheelchair almost everywhere I went to being able to walk around for miles at a time. In fact, I'm stepping in the ring. How many people in Creator Clash, Misfits, or anything else?
Oh, shut up. Fucking Lolcow.
I love the title, Destroy My Wheelchair. I don't know what the fuck that means.
So he's gonna, wait, we missed the good part. Hold on. All right, fine. Yeah, I guess you're right. So he's just putting stuff out there.
600-pound guy. I definitely was never able to do this before.
Be funny if he fucking hurt himself and couldn't fight after this.
He couldn't fight. I mean, what happens if he needs the wheelchair after the fight?
Yeah. Good point. I thought this would be cool. Boy, was I wrong.
Wow, I was wrong too. Oh, shit.
This is probably a good camera.
This is the notebook that me and my ex-wife took notes in when I was getting ready for my bariatric surgery.
He is
This
so
is the
winded
chair
after lifting that wheelchair.
that took me to the hospital.
Yeah, the first, even Wing said, did you watch the little documentary Keem put together?
Yeah,
I liked it. He's like, Wings, how long do you think it lasts? He's like, probably get through the first round.
How many rounds are they doing?
Doing 2-minute rounds too. I don't know. That's a good question. Probably.
One of them's
going
to die. One of them's going to die in the ring.
Is it the 12th or the 13th?
5 rounds tops, I bet.
When I got my bypass surgery. Put that in the video, Ian. Wow.
Okay.
Look this sucker up on Amazon. Tell me how much
Should
it
mow
weighs.
your lawn.
That was all.
This is so great. Why didn't
This is like
Told you it was falling apart.
amazing.
What the fuck, Boogie? Come on.
That was some pretty. And you'll find more of that epic destruction on the Epic Gentleman Gamers podcast.
Let's
that DSP
talk about
plans to
Kaya
put
Katana.
What was the idea for the epic gaming gentleman? What was that?
Epic Gentleman of Gaming or whatever.
Tommy's going
I
to
was
talk
thinking-
about John Romero and how
Here's
he
the thing.
ruined
I was thinking, like, what if I did like the most Reddit thing possible, and I just did it. That's my Tarantino explaining the idea.
Yeah, take an ad, you fuckers. All right. I think that's it. I think we're done. Thanks, guys.
Beautiful.
Appreciate it. I'm tired. I'll be like my last one. I don't know if I'm going to do anything tomorrow or not. Probably. Maybe not. Who knows? But it's definitely time to get the fuck out of here. Thanks again. What the fuck? I just bought a really expensive computer, and I don't think it's acting. It's worse. What the fuck?
Oh, God.
What? How did that happen? You know what it is? XSplit's just a terrible fucking program. Yeah, I should switch. God, may everybody at XSplit get a fucking STT. All of you. Your mother too. Fine with me. Why am I toxic?